Moving on to 1A, we've given Adams Central a lot of credit this season, but I don't know if we've given them enough credit because the way they beat Churubusco, then the way they handled Southwood last week, 38-0. I mean, it's just been impressive.
It was a beatdown. I mean, I think we all expected Adams Central to win last week, but to be up 31-0 at halftime and 38-0 win was just shocking as any score we've seen all season long because of the resume that Southwood was able to bring into that game. They were solid offensively. The defense was just stopping everyone. And for Adams Central to come in and just lay the wood on them on both sides of the ball was tremendous and impressive.
Adams Central, Monroe Central, not exactly strangers. 15-12 2016. Adams Central winning over the Golden Bears. Monroe Central, what kind of threat do they present, knowing that we've seen Adams Central do it offensively, we've seen them do it defensively? They've got Bailey Sprunger kicking it on special teams. They're doing whatever they want on the football field right now. I
think the only thing you have to guard against if you're Adams Central, and it's the same thing that we do, is not looking ahead to that Pioneer matchup in semi-state, because I think that's what has a lot of people's attention. Pioneer's just been demolishing teams. Adams Central looks so good. It's a little bit of a trap game in a lot of respects. I don't think Monroe Central can beat Adams Central. I think the only team that can beat Adams Central on Friday is Adams Central.
Well, one of the biggest concerns, Monroe Central's had a lot of injuries from what I've read this season, so they've dealt with a lot of guys filling into positions, but Seth Wilson rushed it 21 times for 116 yards, 3 touchdowns last week for Monroe Central. So stopping the Monroe Central ground game will be Adams Central's #1 priority, considering they faced teams like Southwood who love to run it, Busco who we know is going to run it. They're well prepared to face what Monroe Central presents.
Yes, I think it's strength against strength, too, because Adams Central has seen a lot of that in this road to the regional game, as you mentioned, Churubusco, Southwood. So a team that predominantly runs the football, I think, fits into what Adams Central likes to do defensively. I don't think there's very many teams at the 1A level that can run against Adams Central, and I don't think Monroe Central can.
To wrap things up, 5 teams alive this week. Only 5 teams winning a sectional title from our area. That seems like the lowest total. I don't have any numbers in front of me, but it seems like the lowest total we've had in a few years. Out of these 5 teams, who do you see as most likely to make a run to state?
To state? Wow, that's tough. I'm going with Bishop Luers.
Really?
Yes. Because I think it's more because of what the other teams have to face. I think Bishop Luers has a great chance, don't get me wrong. Adams Central, that Pioneer team scares me. I think they're so good. 6A is difficult with Snyder, and I think the winner of the regional between Bishop Dwenger and Angola has another level to go to where they'll have to play a very tough team. I think Bishop Luers. I think they have the talent. If they can get the defensive stops, which they've gotten in the last several weeks, I think they got a great shot.
I thought you would go with Bishop Dwenger. 4A seems to be, when you map it out year in and year out, 4A seems to be the area most likely, because I think you take a look outside the state, you're either a small school or you're a big school in Indianapolis. And 4A is kind of that in-between where you can get in there, and if you're playing good football, you can make a run if you're a team from Northeast Indiana. I don't want to say it's easy. I just want to say the path makes the most sense.
Yeah, it's just terrifying to me for Bishop Dwenger, that offense.
Well, see,
I mean, it's just...
I kept thinking Northwood is the team to beat out of this
area.
and
Angola took care of business,
Angola took care of business. So now I'm like, okay, whoever wins this, I like.
But then again, I mean, what team in 4A in the North has the amount of athletes that Wayne has, and Dwenger was able to beat them? Now, it wasn't pretty, particularly offensively, but they were able to make the plays when they needed to. It seemed like every time Wayne scored last Friday, Dwenger was like, okay, now we're going to put together a drive. Now we're going to score. And then when they tied it at 7, then they kind of went into hibernation a little bit. And then Wayne scored, and Dwenger was like, okay, offense, you got to do something again. They go down and score, kick the extra point. They do just enough to win football games. That scares me, though.
Yeah, well, and at this point, you can't misfire any of those opportunities, or else, boom, you're dead in the water.
Yeah.
All right, well, we will wrap it up here for this week's edition of Inside the Zone from the set. Our presidential-looking sportscast. We'll be back next week talking about semi-state.
How about that?
That's crazy.
Let's do it.
All right. He's Justin. I'm Glenn. We'll see you next week.